Hi, I am Jamel. I am a math, science, and PE option teacher here at Winston Churchill. I've taught at this school for a year and a half now, and I love this place so much. This is such a special school to me, such a warm, welcoming place. Math is like not everybody's thing, I guess you could say, right? And I come into math, I love math, okay, of course, but I know that most of my students do not feel the same way. So I try to do everything I can to make it as fun and interesting as we can. And a lot of that is just simply keeping up the energy in the room, trying to be dynamic, trying to be loud, trying to move around, get them to talk to each other, and then also just to do fun or creative things as much as we can so that it's not so dull, I guess, because math is not very contextual, but if you give it some context, if you give it a little bit of pizzazz, you can actually get kids to like it and enjoy coming to your class.
I have the great privilege of working with Jamel Syed. Jamel is an outstanding teacher and human, and we are lucky that he calls Churchill home. Jamel connects with kids in a way that is so meaningful and valued by his students. He creates an environment where kids feel safe, cared about, and competent in math, which for reluctant learners in math is sometimes difficult. Jamel starts his class on occasion with a math chant where the kids are all chanting math, which is a really interesting vibe to come into watching a teacher instruct math lessons. So Jamel is committed to creating an environment where kids want to come and where they feel valued. And so Jamel contributes to the school outside of the classroom in order to make that happen. Jamel coaches rugby. He was the athletic trainer the first year that he was here as an intern teacher, and he doesn't play rugby, but he knows that connecting with kids outside the classroom is important. So he said, I'll volunteer to help coach rugby. Jamel's students love him. And when he was doing his internship here, I had a number of Teams messages from students requesting that I hire Jamel because he was so outstanding and he was their favorite math teacher.
I think the word love is used a lot when kids talk about Jamel. I think he's got an ability to relate to students and really, create opportunities for them to engage in things that they're interested in. One example of that is during his PS3, he started a Pokemon Go club. Just because he knew that we had a pocket of students that maybe didn't have a connection to our school, and he could create a club for them where they could feel like they had a group tied to Winston Churchill where they could make a connection with other kids and with a teacher.
I met Jamel when he was in his practicum here last year, and over this school year in the fall he got involved in our school's production of Murders in the Air. Jamel helped me assistant direct the production, and throughout I just was able to see how much he cared about the students and how much they truly cared about him as well. His contributions were invaluable to our production, and we were so lucky to have him with us in the fall working on it. And Jamel is now working on our one-act plays with a group of kids, so he's helping assistant direct and support them. And I've been in a couple of their rehearsals, and it's just so special to see how much the kids care about him and how much he cares about them and how they're working throughout this creative process. I know this is new to Jamel, but he has just jumped in head first and he's rocking it. We're so lucky to have him.
I've had Jamel for my last math teacher last semester, and I had so much fun. He really made learning easy, and classes weren't boring at all. He really found a way to get students to pay attention and also enjoy the class. He was like, I don't know how to explain it. He was just he was fun. He was a lot of fun.
I just think that Jamel is such an incredible person and such an incredible educator. He has such a beautiful, interesting perspective on life that would seem so simple, but it really has changed, I feel like, the way that he approaches his teaching and the way that he takes a subject like math, which not everyone likes at all, especially when it's 8 in the morning. And he just brings this fun into it that really brings out a passion in people. Even if you're taking the course just for credits, I feel like everyone in that class had that energy going into it of, I can do this, this class is so much better than I think it's ever been before. And I don't know, he just has really he relit that passion that I have for learning and for educating, even when I'm going into my graduating year next year, that I just could not thank him enough for.
I almost can't even put it into words how much it means to me to be recognized, because I love this job. I love coming to work. I love this place, and I feel like the people in this place have made me who I am. So I attribute a ton of my success to the support that I got in this building. I almost didn't, I don't know, I didn't know if I was cut out to be a teacher when I was doing my practicums. I really didn't. And then as soon as I got to this place, I felt like I was exactly where I was supposed to be, doing exactly what I was supposed to do. And so I try to adopt that same philosophy in the classroom. Supported people can do awesome things, and I am fortunate enough to be one of those people. So thank you.